Hey, you guys, welcome to Political Monday. How are you? Hoping you're doing well. I am as well. Thank you, God, that we all made it. Now, we're going to get into these clips, but before we do, wake up! You get hit with reality. Okay, so I gathered some clips and we want to listen first and then we're going to react, okay? So let's get into it.
Americans are struggling to get by. Gas is at $4.55 nationally, $5.65 in Hawaii. Food prices are rising at the fastest rate in years. Electricity is through the roof. Millions of people are losing health care. Hospitals are closing. Housing is unaffordable for many people. And everything from clothing to electronics costs more because of the tariffs. And what the Republicans are telling the American people now is not that there's not enough money. There is enough money, apparently, for a ballroom. Apparently, there is enough money to quadruple the size of ICE. Apparently, there is enough money to spend $1 billion a day on a regime change war of choice. There is enough money. What they are telling you is that there's no money for you as an American. And that's what we're fighting against. What they are telling you is that they want to enrich their friends and do escapades in Cuba and Venezuela and Iran and everywhere except your community, your kitchen table, your family. And that's why we're all so united in fighting this ridiculous proposition.
I would say this has been going on for many years, for a lot of people not to be aware and stop supporting their habits. I would say a lot of you people will sit there and want to stop the habits of welfare recipients. They're not your enemy, and they're not the ones who's taking things from you. Yeah. So I would never complain about individuals that truly really doesn't really have anything to do with the bigger or the bigger picture. Yeah. It's like having you be distracted by this little situation while the bigger picture is just taking everything. Be aware. Okay? Be aware. You should want people in housing. Keep your streets clean so your children can go to school safe. Have a clear mindset. Not to go outside and see your streets just filled with just dirty and trash and just people laying everywhere. It makes the kids feel like no one cares. Let's get back into it.
Situation, I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that motivates.
You last week denied that the president said he was not taking Americans' financial situations into consideration when he's making decisions on the Iran war. He was asked about that again. He stood by it, called it a perfect statement, and said he would make it again.
The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Do you believe that Americans' financial situations should be taken into consideration when you're making decisions as an administration about the war?
See, Caitlin, what you did is you misrepresented the question that I was asked, and then you misrepresented the answer that I gave. What I said is that a question that was asked where the president allegedly said that he didn't care about Americans' financial situations. He never said that. What he said is that it was totally taken out of context. What he said is that when he is negotiating with the Iranians, he's focused on the national security objectives that he's trying to achieve. Of course, the president has a mandate to be focused on a number of things. And I guarantee you, every single day, I have conversations with him about it. Every single day, he's worried about his fellow Americans. He wants them to be prosperous. He wants them to thrive. He wants them to have good jobs. That's why we've done the things and taken the steps that we've taken in order to create record job growth, in order to create record wage growth, in order to induce trillions of dollars of new investment into our country. That's because he cares about that stuff. What he also said is that when he's talking to the Iranians, he's talking to the Iranians about questions, of course, of national security, like their nuclear program. You could hold.
Well, what I would say is if this is his interpreter, then he's doing a good job, I guess. And I also would say if he's the president, he should take out the time to explain himself and not keep it short and ignorant.
Two thoughts in your head at the same time, that the president cares about financial security for Americans, but also when he's negotiating with the Iranians, he's talking about the issues that are germane to the concerns of that particular conflict. Go ahead.
The fact that you're president of the United States, who's supposed to be for the people, you know, we elected him, allegedly, but to sit there and say, I don't really care about the financial struggles that Americans are going through right now, should let you know everything you need to know about not just our government, but this country and who's being run by it. But when your president starts to talk like that, we should all be concerned. We should all be concerned.
How is it no more than 7 days later, our U.S. president on camera says, I don't care about the American financial situation?
Well, remember, the vice president stated that that's not what he meant. That is not what he meant. He meant it in other terms, but he had to, rush, so he kept it short, I'm guessing. Donald Trump doesn't know how to speak correctly. His terms is just, to me, childish, ratchet. He doesn't know how to be professional. To me. Someone in there needs to keep his words in control here. Write scripts for him. Somebody help in there. Everybody scared? Let's get back into the video.
One bit.
Right.
When I'm doing what I'm doing, like, excuse me? People are starving in this country.
Right.
Gas is through the roof. You don't give thought to the American financial situation one bit. We're in for a long war, brother. A long, rocky road.
Americans are starting to have to pay to go to work, and no one's in uproar about it. And your president said, I don't even care about that. That's not what I'm thinking about.
I don't think about American finances.
Come on.
That is a strong freaking statement.
That is so prophetic at this point. And if people still want to be a part of the cult and be like, oh, he just meant this, he just meant this, I'm tired of the whole like, oh, he just meant this. These words came out his mouth. And that's if it's your guy. But when your boy says it, Trump or whatever, this MAGA movement or the cult movement, Trump says something, and it's like, you got 5 different excuses about what he meant, what he could have meant. No, this is supposed to be the most the top of the top, the top of the food chain in the country. I should not have to be like, oh, no, this is what he meant. This is what he meant. I should be a well-spoken, well-thought-out, calculated individual. What comes out my mouth comes out my mouth. And that's what the Iran is starting to know. Not starting to notice, they've already noticed it. Like the words that come out this dude's mouth, it's He's not about that life. That's why they keep playing with him. Americans haven't realized that yet. He's playing.
Donald Trump has made clear that he and the Republican Party don't give a damn about the personal finances of the American people. It's an extraordinary admission. But the reality of the Trump presidency and Republican control of the House and the Senate has regularly made that very point. Because under the presidency of Donald Trump and Republican control in Congress, the economy is a disaster. Costs haven't gone down, costs have gone up, and it's a direct result of Republican policies. The Trump tariffs have increased costs on everyday Americans by thousands of dollars per year. At the same period of time, Donald Trump's reckless and costly war of choice, where billions of taxpayer dollars are being wasted, has resulted in life becoming more expensive for the American people, particularly as it relates to the dramatic increase in gas prices. In the Trump Republican economy, inflation is at a 3 or 4 year high. The cost of groceries is out of control, gas is out of control, goods are out of control, housing prices are out of control, and the Republican assault on the health care of the American people has ripped away the ability of millions of everyday Americans to be able to go see a doctor when they need one. Donald Trump and Republicans promised to love and cherish Medicaid. They turned around and enacted their one big ugly bill, which is the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. And as a result, hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health centers closing all across the country, particularly in rural America. The economy is a disaster, and we know why. It's because Donald Trump and Republicans don't give a damn about the personal finances of the American people. Donald Trump said it.
Yes, he did say it, and he doesn't have a filter. I mean, and I don't understand why we as people allow this to keep happening. Taxpayers, you're the boss. They are not. But somehow you guys keep believing they are. Fear is a powerful thing. Let me know what you feel about this. Leave a comment down below. Until next video.